Are you feeling overwhelmed and a bit stressed out by the thought of tackling your home and the clutter that has accumulated in certain rooms or spaces? Well, if so, you're in the right space. Today, I am going to walk you through the best way to get started and some of the steps that I would recommend for you to take to really relieve yourself of that pressure and make it a lot easier. So the first thing I would say to you as a Feng Shui expert is to take a big deep breath in and out. You're here right now in your home, and whatever it looks like, whatever is going on, whatever room, whatever clutter there is, just give yourself permission to take a moment to know that you're here looking for some help and you're in the right place, because searching for some advice is a great first step. And to let you know that you're not alone. I've seen so many homes that have a lot of different things going on that can kind of accumulate clutter. So where would you start? The first place that I would say to you to start when it comes to clutter in your home is to start at your front door. And why would I start at your front door? Well, at your front door, this is the entrance of your home. This is the mouth of where the energy comes in. So I want to just guide you through your home to give you a few steps that you can take to start to release any of the clutter and the build-up around your space. So starting at the front door, I want you to literally imagine that you're at your front door and looking at the front door. And the first thing I would say to you is just clear anything from that front door so it's nice and easy for the energy to come in. Because Feng Shui is all about flow. It's all about movement. And where there is clutter in your home, it's creating stagnancy. So we want to first of all make sure we can get the energy in first, and then we can move it around and move the energy can move around. Now, if the energy isn't moving around, don't worry. We're going to tackle those spaces where it can be a bit clogged. So start at your front door and just say thank you to your home and clean that front door. You'll go outside, get a cloth and just clean the front door and say you're starting from afresh. You are literally setting the intention, I'm starting from afresh, a new relationship with my home. Once you walk into the front door, I want you to think about, what's the first thing that you see? What's the first thing that you see? Does it make you feel good? Maybe that's the first place that you have to release and let go of some clutter, because the first thing that you see is going to set yourself up for success or failure on this journey of eliminating clutter in your home. So I'm going to give you an example of a client. So a client of ours, when you walked in her front door, to the side, she had a stand. And in the stand, what was left in it? All their bills. All their bills. So every time she came in, the first thing she saw was all the bills stacked up, and it was creating overwhelm. And it was stressing her out. It was like that first thing she saw was creating a stress point in her home. So when she realized, wow, this front entrance is important, she moved them. So she took all the bills, sorted through them. And I think this is one of the first things I would say to you, is she sorted through them, was like, what do I need to keep? What don't I need to keep? Sorted through them, was like, okay, these are the ones I need to keep. And she moved them and she found a new drawer. Now, she found a new place, put them out of sight in terms of not the first thing that she saw. Within a couple of days, her husband got a €15,000 promotion. And this is literally from releasing one piece of clutter from her home and moving it. Now, I don't recommend moving your clutter, but this is just an example of how it can be literally clogging and blocking up the flow of things happening in your life. So the first thing is when you come into that front entrance, what's there? If there's shoes and coats and cloak, like, give yourself permission to tackle one area at a time when it comes to releasing clutter. So don't think about the rest of the house. Just think about this one space. And when you think about that one space, stand in it and just go through one thing at a time. So if it is broken, if it's not working, if it's leaking, if it has holes in it, just stand in that one square of the front hallway and see what's there. And if there's anything that goes through those categories at the front door, move it outside. So the reason I say to move it outside is because you want it to move. You want to get the chi moving. So the first thing is move it outside if it's broken or not working. The second thing would then be to, as you go through these items, if there's a home for them. So if there isn't a home for them, it's time you kind of categorize, okay, this has to go, it's gone, it's broken, gone. This is going to the bedroom or into the shoebox or into the cupboard, wherever it needs to go. And then anything that doesn't suit that front entrance needs to be gone out of that space. So as you move then into the spaces that you kind of want to tackle a little bit more, that have more clutter, I would say to you that you start with one place that does not have a big emotional attachment to it. So as we've worked on coming into your front room or front hallway, you've kind of cleared it, you're lightening the load, lightening yourself, hopefully feeling a bit fresher, because you want to walk in and feel, I'm home. Yes. So go to find the next space that comes into your mind. So the next space that comes into your mind that feels like small. So maybe you have one cupboard or one drawer in your home that you kind of go, you open the drawer and you go, ooh, not that one, that one. You know, it could be in your kitchen. I often recommend to people to do like the space where you have all of the plastic containers and the Tupperware dishes and all of that, because there's no emotional quality, there's no kind of like attachment to it. Because if your home has a lot of clutter, it can actually lead to overwhelm and stress and maybe some of those things that you're feeling. But in that cupboard, you're like, oh, that can go, that can go, that can go, that can go. So I would say to you to go open up that cupboard and sort through it. Now, when it comes to sorting things, I like to use the 3-box approach. So the 3-box approach is, the very first thing is keeping it. So there's like one pile for keeping, there's one pile for not keeping, and then there's one pile for maybe. And this is a really nice way, because when you know there's something you definitely want to keep, you have, that's fine, I'm keeping that, and then the definitely not. And then the middle one is really where it can get a little bit stickier. And you're trying to figure out, which one, and then you have an option to go, do I keep it in, is it going or is it coming? And what you can see from this point is that when you have one space that you're like, yes, this is a keeper, put it in. If the maybe pile kind of starts to build up, you can put all those things into a maybe box and leave them for like a week or two, and then realize, oh, I didn't need anything in that maybe box, and you can put it with I don't need it anymore. So this is what I would recommend with each space around your home. Now, the reason that you want to declutter your home and to let go of things and to release is because Feng Shui is all about qi and movement, and I like to really associate Feng Shui like acupuncture to your home. So if you went to an acupuncturist, what they're doing is getting the qi moving in your body, and where the qi is moving in the body, it's healthy, it's flowing. But where there's stagnancy, it creates disharmony and dis-ease. And the same thing with your home. Where there is disharmony, where there's clutter, it's creating stagnancy. And that stagnancy can actually reflect back into areas of your life. So when you start to clear out a specific area, think about how it could be releasing something and bringing more flow into your life. So another example I have from a client of mine was, we were working with her to Feng Shui her parents' home. And in her parents' home, she walked in and said, welcome to the junk room. And when we went into the junk room, we were like, wow, okay. And she had actually called us to work with her because her dad had been very ill, and he hadn't been doing well. So when we looked at, from a Feng Shui perspective, the different areas of the home, and I have another video that you can check out about the 9 areas, but when we looked at that area of her home, it was her family home, was the center area, was the health area. And this health area was completely clogged up. Like, it had things from her brother who had moved to America 20 years ago, still there. Things that had not been used or touched for a long time. So it was very stagnant. And I recommended to her just to do that one room. I said, please, if there's anything that you do, just to come in and do this one room with your mom. And she took that very seriously. She cleared it out, did exactly what I told her, the yes box, the no box, the maybe box. And within 2 weeks, she sent me a message and said, I can't believe it. My dad has just gone out and played 18 holes of golf. He hasn't done that in 2.5 years because he hasn't been able to. So just from that one movement of clearing the energy, it brought more flow into her dad's health. So I want you to think, as you're clearing this out, don't think about the bigger picture of the house. Don't think about all the rooms. Just think about that one space, and that what are you letting go of? What are you, as you let go of that, what do you want to call in? What are you making space for? What do you want more flow in your life about? Whether it's wealth, whether it's health, whether it's prosperity, whatever it is, as you clear out, you're making space for new energy. So the next thing I would say to you when it comes to decluttering is moving the things towards the door. So you heard me at the front entrance, I said, go to the front entrance and clear it out and move things outside. If you have that gone, the not keeping box or the maybe box, bring them closer to the front door so that when you're on your way out, you can one day just pick it up and put it in the car, and then it is moving it. Because if it's staying still, things are staying stuck and nothing is flowing in your life. So I hope that this has been helpful. I'm going to do a little refresher because I have one or two things I want to add in here. Broken, not working, leaking, squeaking, those things are the ones I would prioritize to clear out, because not only are they not working, but also if they're not working and they are in your health area, your finance area, your career area, and all of those different areas, I do have videos about them on my channel that you can check them out. But all of those areas, if there's something broken in it, it is then reflecting broken energy in that space. So it's literally impacting your career or your finances or your health. So it's a really good way to kind of, the first layer could be, let me just walk around and see what's broken, what's not working, what's leaking, what's, you know, that could be a really nice way as well to start tackling that clutter. As I said, this is a journey, and start with the spaces that seem easiest as opposed to trying to do everything in one go. Because if you try to do everything in one go, you won't get anything done, you won't achieve anything. But if you take one little space at a time, what I have seen time and time again with my clients is that they actually build momentum. Decluttering for me is like building a muscle. You have to go to the gym and you have to practice with the weights. It's exactly the same. So when you start to clear out one easy cupboard, then you're like, that was easy, I'm going to do the next one and the next one. And you build that momentum, and you're going to feel lighter, brighter and happier as you start to release that out of your home. So as you come on this journey with me, with feng shuiing your home, and as you clear out what it is that you are, releasing out of the space, I would really recommend you thinking about your vision. How do you want to feel? How do you want to look? How do you want your home to feel? How do you want it to look? Because when you have that vision, you really have something to work towards, and that makes it a lot easier. So that's my main recommendations for today. I hope that you've enjoyed them. Please let me know if you have any more questions about decluttering. Is feng shui can you do feng shui without decluttering your home? Yes, you can. And I think that they both work hand in hand. So in my program with my clients, I'll invite them to do some decluttering and then start to recognize the different areas of their home. So if there's a specific area or issue in your life that has no flow at all, whether it's career, relationship, health, please do go check out my other channel, my other videos about these different topics, and you'll be able to find out what that area represents or where that area is in your home, because there's 9 different areas. And when you look at that, find that area, I'll dive deeper into it. So whether it's health, spirituality, career, I dive deeper into action steps you can take around that area specifically, how to find it in your home, and then you can start, if you want that wants to be your priority, take that action. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and happy decluttering. Enjoy it. Give yourself permission to just feel lighter and be clear with what your vision is, because every time you let go of one thing out of your home, you're making space for that vision to come into fruition.